The goal's simple. ChatGPT in your voice, ready to use in your work. The problem? You're stuck rewriting. And the fix? 3 quick moves that make your voice the default. In the next 10 minutes, you'll capture your writing's fingerprints, lock them into ChatGPT so they persist across chats, and add one tiny self-check that prevents style drift. I use this exact setup daily across my channel. It's how I keep everything sounding consistently me, even when I'm rushed. And if you stay with me to the end, I'll reveal the one-line persona brief I paste into new chats and the quick 0 to 10 rating line that tightens tone in seconds. So let's start with the first of these 3 quick moves. If you skip this first one, everything you write will sound like LinkedIn on a slow day. Inoffensive, generic, and definitely not you. If you give ChatGPT direction at all, you're probably saying something like, make it casual yet professional. But that really isn't much of a brief. It's more like a shrug. The mistake is skipping evidence. You never told ChatGPT what your voice looks like in measurable terms. Think of your writing like an audio equalizer. If you don't know your preferred bass, treble, mix, every song sounds default. Your voice has an EQ too. Sentence rhythm, punctuation habits, and emotional signposts. So when you extract patterns from your own writing first, ChatGPT can copy your measurable quirks, not a vague label, making the mimicry reliable. So here's what you need to do to get this to work. First, paste 3 short pieces you actually wrote, an email, a post, a paragraph, and ask, identify 3 stylistic quirks I use, sentence structure, punctuation, tone markers. Summarize with examples. Secondly, ask for your sentence length mix, short, medium, long in percentages, average words per sentence, and whether you have a 1-2 punch. 3, ask for emotional signposts, humour, empathy phrases, rhetorical questions, plus phrases to keep. And fourthly, finish with, turn this into a 1-paragraph voice fingerprint summary I can reuse. Remember, this is a 5-minute audit, not a lifetime's work. If your default phrase is, and this is where the magic happens, this audit will stage an intervention. Now you've a way of getting ChatGPT to write like you. But while ChatGPT's first draft might sound like you, once you get to drafts 2 or 3, you'll find it sounds more like ChatGPT's uncle who writes annual reports. Your style will disappear between sessions unless you do this one thing that will make it persist. So you have a great first chat, but a hopeless second chat because you rely on a one-off prompt. Just as you set home once on your sat-nav and it's always there, custom instructions are that home button for tone. Persist your voice by putting the distilled rules into settings, custom instructions. You can even create a snippet or a macro so that every time you use a particular phrase, in my case, Andrew's style, ChatGPT applies the particular style I've saved, referencing this in custom instructions. This means you don't have to keep retyping, and you can have a particular style applied when you're, say, writing a script, or something different if you're writing a report. In the description, I've included the exact text you can copy and paste, the custom instructions for what ChatGPT should know about you, how it should respond, a short persona brief for chats, and a snippet to save as Andrew style. Remember that 1-line persona brief I teased? You've got it now. Setting your custom instructions in this way will get you to 80% of the result you're looking for. But there's one more thing you can do to get ChatGPT to write more like you than even you do. And that is about creating a virtuous circle. Left unchecked, edits act like a slow bleach, washing out your style draft by draft. When you and ChatGPT are refining a piece of work, most of the changes focus on content, facts, clarity, structure. Tone often gets ignored, and that's when it slips back into bland. Think of it like tuning a guitar. You don't just strum and hope it goes out of tune too easily. You play a note, listen, tweak, and only then does it sound right. Keeping ChatGPT in your voice works the same way. Keep a short file of your best writing, 2 or 3 examples that really sound like you. When a draft feels off, upload that file while referring to the voice fingerprints in the custom instructions. Then ask ChatGPT to compare the draft with those examples. Score how close it is and fix any drift. That way, in addition to all the work you've done on the content, you're checking the style every single time. The useful part is what ChatGPT tells you when it explains the drift, why it is close or has moved away from your style, and what would raise a piece from a 7 to a 9. Feed those lines back into your custom instructions, and over time, ChatGPT's voice memory gets sharper and sharper. Each new draft starts closer to your true style. So the loop is simple. Anchor with examples, compare versions, rate the style, and feed the learnings back. If a draft ever falls below an 8 out of 10, just repaste your fingerprints, shorten it, strip the buzzwords, and it'll turn back into something that sounds like an extension of you. That's the quickest rating trick I teased earlier. So your tone is now reliably yours, but you will still be wasting hours of your valuable time if you don't know these next tips that will save you from frustration when working with ChatGPT. See you on the next one.